Hello. Hello. It says you're live, but it's still like dark. And I was like, huh? Well, here I am. This is Jeffrey. This is Ripe Color. And welcome. And welcome to all my members and subscribers. And I already have somebody in the house. Yay, hooray. Please like, subscribe, share, comment, press the bell for notifications. Please become a member. You generally do weekly reading. I always do weekly readings. I didn't do one this week, but I do weekly readings by general, and I also do them by sign. So I do 13 a week. Plus, I do new moon and full moon and other things that come up. So I also have a website, ripecolor.com, where I have really beautiful scarves that I handmade. I painted. They're silk. And t-shirts, which are cotton, and really incredible bags. I can't believe I haven't sold the bags. Anyway, that is that. So sometimes I get a little mini message, and the mini message was sort of like a blank slate. Like that was the message. So, hi, Dream Journey. So the message, like this blank slate message, is sort of like, you can create whatever you want. Great. It kind of came up blank, but it was like, well, it's a blank slate. So it's like, draw whatever you want, write whatever you want. So that's kind of a nice energy to begin with. So I'm going to start Dream Journey, and whoever else is out there who's nameless. And so this is for the full moon. It's in Aries. So, the moon is always opposite the sun. The sun's in Libra, the moon's in Aries. And a lot of times I read the opposite signs together. Hi, Teresa. How are you? And so that's that. So let me tell you what's going on with me. Well, let me do the reading, and then I'll tell you what's going on with me, because there's a lot going on, a lot. And I was like, I started doing videos today, and I was like, just do a live today. So here I am doing a live. All right. And I was wearing my pink hat because it's still warm here. But I was like, well, fall is coming. And even though I'm wearing a summery shirt, I wore like a year-round hat. All right. Let's see what's going on for the full moon for the collective. Okay. Let's see. Away we go. Away we go. 1, 2, 3. Very interesting. Okay. I always say that, don't I? We begin with the 10, and this is the card of wealth, right? This is the card of like being established, not worrying about finances, being in a family, being in a dynasty. But it's interesting because it's a 10, and sometimes it could be about an end of something. Okay. Then I have the King of Cups, who is probably the nicest. I want to show you something. I don't know if you watch Tarot Tuesdays, but I had started a series, which I'll get back to, where I do a card every week, and I want to go through the whole deck. And for the Chariot, which I guess is the Chariot is the 7th card, so it's week 8. I had a guest named Leslie Lowe, and she helped me with the Chariot. Oh, hi, Dios mío. And then she's here in Mexico. And look at what she gave me. Isn't this beautiful? It's beautiful, right? It's the 10 of Pentacles. So, it's about wealth, creating wealth. And it also relates to the Sephirot, which is like a whole occult Kabbalah thing. Okay. Then I have the King of Cups. The King of Cups is in charge. He's very loving. He's very kind. He's a good listener. He's really intuitive. He's been through hard times. He has tremendous compassion. He's diplomatic. Great. Great. So it's really about listening. There's this energy of listening. And then we have the 9. And the 9 is really about today, at this moment. What I'm getting about the 9 is really letting go of grief. Really letting go of grief, like seeing it and feeling it completely and really letting it go. Like completely It's like the last vestige of what you had to clean, right? It is nice, right? Dream journey. It was really sweet. So I'll put it up on the wall when I move. But we'll get to that. Don't worry. All right. Then I have the nine of. So this, if you could put this in one word, the word would be gain. She's a nine, so she attains wealth, security, understanding. She has a sense of gratitude. There's a sense of entrepreneurship, of relying on her own self, she's built that wealth by herself. She's an entrepreneur. She doesn't rely on other people. She doesn't have to. She has everything she needs. And there's an element in that card of really being in grace. And there's also an element of she's listening to her little bird, right? It's a falcon. So that's Horus, actually. But she's listening to her little bird, like a little bird is giving her messages, and that's how she knows to like act on what she needs to act on. There's an energy of like comfort and relaxation in that card. Really, really nice. Self-nurturing, fertility, right? The little bunny. This is about being nurturing, but being practical. It's about being nurturing, but being practical, right? So there's an energy in that card. It's like, you could buy the new living room set for $10,000, but you found one that's really almost as nice for $4,000, and it'll serve the purpose, right? You don't have to like go above board. You don't have to like overextend yourself, right? There's that energy there because she's really practical with money, but at the same time, she's extremely nurturing. So that's nice. Being in a community, having balance, persevering, so like if you're working on something, especially if I get so many pentacles already, and this is the card of perseverance. So if you're working on a business or if you're trying to make money and you've taken action toward it, keep on persevering. And there's an energy of people helping you, and of you helping other people. Your back being washed, and you're washing somebody else's back. This is an energy of community in that card. Here comes Lady Justice, perfect timing because it's a Libra moon, and this is the card of Libra. And this is also, just about, again, so whenever I get the two balance cards, it's like, yeah, there's new stuff happening. You're going to be balanced. And there's this element of being illuminated, right? She's completely illuminated. So it's almost like coming through the crown chakra, new ideas, comfort. And there's a lot of sense of comfort in this reading. Aside from this, well, I think that's why the comfort comes in, because this is really a card of upset, right? Anxiety. And there's real comfort coming in. And the interesting thing about Justice, I always call her Divine Justice, is like there's an element of everybody getting what they need, right? Everybody gets what they need. And there's an element also in that card of like letting go. I'm just letting go. It's like, I'm going to let like the higher power take care of it. I'm going to let God take care of it. I'm going to let the universe take care of it. It's like, I did what I needed to do, and it's in someone else's hands. I'm just going to let it happen. An element of that. Following your dreams. Also, this is also, sometimes this is illusion, but not with these cards. There's an energy in that card of like, choose what it is that you want. Choose the dream choose the dream that you want, right? And then reach out and grab it. Oh, well, I really want to have my own business. Well, then reach out and grab it. I really want to have a loving, romantic relationship. Reach out and grab it. I really want to be dry, have a more comfortable lifestyle. And you get specific, in terms of like, I want to refurbish my house. I want to move to another house. Like, reach out and grab it. There's that energy, and have confidence that these dreams and these visions came to you for a reason, All right. Yeah, King of Swords. So the King of Swords is a really fascinating card. What he does is that he is kind of the surgeon, kind of the judge. He makes really firm and intelligent decisions that are based in fact, you know? And with him and the Queen of Pentacles and the Justice, there's this energy of being really practical, of really seeing things as they are, and making decisions from there. Not making, even though I have that illusion card, I think there's more of an energy of being really clear and directed. And see, the thing is about him being the surgeon is like, or the butcher. So let's say he's the butcher. He cuts out what's unnecessary. There's no emotional attachment to it. It's like, well, that doesn't really work anymore. That doesn't fit, or it's unnecessary, or it's so. No, no. Okay. Change in finances. And I'm just going to say a change in finances. And to me, all the fives are about perspective. And the perspective is what changes. Because I think initially the perspective is, we're destitute, we're out in the cold, we don't have enough to wear, etc. And then if you just look up, just look around, right, into the whole picture, and the whole picture has like the light and the warmth and the hope. So it's there, but you have to look up to see it. So a five is always a change, and I think it's a change in your idea of an understanding of security, of money, of time, all the things in the physical world. There's a new element coming in. And then I get the Page of Pentacles, who it really learns things. He's really a student. Hi, Rodian. And hi, Barb. So this is the student, and this is a new opportunity. Like it could be a new financial opportunity, or new financial opportunity, or new opportunity to make money, new opportunity to gain something in the physical world. And it's just maybe, I mean, this could even be, it's like, well, I have this little plot of land, and like, I think I'm going to grow something in there, right? Or maybe I'll put up a gazebo, or maybe I'll plant a tree, or maybe I'll take a class, or because it's something physical. And the page, the pages, they have an energy of youth and an energy of I can do it. I can do it, And I think that's really sweet and good. I have a lot of pentacles here. So I think it's going to be a good month in terms of stability and in terms of finances, because I have a lot of pentacles. And I also have the Justice card. I have the King of Swords and the King of Cups. So not only are you going to use your mind efficiently, you're also going to be in touch with your instinct. Hi. Okay. So that's really nice. That's really nice. And then we have like the strategist. And not only is he, full of strategy, but he takes action on it. He really takes action on it. He really moves, and he moves with passion. He moves with instinct. He moves with it's like he's got the gumption and the fire inside of him to do what he needs to do. All right, so this is a really nice month. Really nice month. And you know what? I'm going to keep on throwing because I'm in the mood. All right. Yeah, you're going to be really practical with money, so don't worry about it. You're going to be really practical. And you're going to be using your intuition, which is really good. It's really good. Moving forward into an unknown place. So it's interesting that, I don't know if I showed it. I'll show it again. So this was a gift for me from one of the readers who was featured on Tarot Tuesdays, Leslie. She did the Chariot with me. If you check out Tarot Tuesdays, and she and I talked about the Chariot. So the Chariot is a 7. It's confidence and luck. I never discount 7 as the lucky number. And she described him as the lieutenant of the emperor. So it's like he's empowered by something higher, right? And it's the card of Cancer. So there's an energy like he's using his third eye. His third eye is like leading him, and he knows how to balance the energies. He moves really quickly, and she sees him as an astronaut going to a place I haven't gone before. Sort of like what I was talking about in the beginning about it being a blank slate. It's like, well, I never really thought of teaching, but someone offered me a teaching job, and I'm going whole hog into it, and I'm going to see what happens. Or, I never really did anything creative, but I don't know. I went and got some watercolors, and I'm going to like start playing. Or I've never really gardened, and I think I'm going to like make a garden and like look up some stuff online and plant some seeds and see what happens. I don't know. There's this energy of like, this is something I've never done before, but I'm kind of like enthusiastic about it, and I want to move forward with it. It's kind of fun. It has this energy of like, yeah, let's do something new and fun and blank slate, and let's see what happens. Oh, thank you. All right. Now, no, she did it on computer. She was telling me, she was trying to tell me like the Photoshop tools she was using. There's so many tools in Photoshop. It's like, I don't know. Aloha. Okay, so let me tell you let me show you the cards, and then I'll talk about me, and then we'll do some privates. How's that? Okay. All right, so this is for the new moon. This is about wealth, establishing something new. You've seen things for what they are. You've had some anxiety over it, but you're able to be compassionate to yourself and to listen to what the next action is with a strategy moving forward into a place you haven't been before, because you're going to trust your instinct. You're going to learn new things. It's going to be balanced and full of giving and receiving. It's self-nurturing. It's about comfort. It's about balance. It's about choosing and following your dream, being very clear-minded, a change in the way you understand and see what security is, and being really wise and practical. So there's an energy of hope and of moving forward and of being really clear and also following your intuition, but you're not going to do something drastic or a little nuts or a little bit like it's going to make sense. Like it makes sense, which is really nice. That's really nice. It makes sense, because sometimes it's like, well, I'm just going to like sell all my things and travel around the world, and I don't have a plan, and I'm taking a boat, and I've never been on a boat, and I'm going to sail it myself. It's not like that. It's more practical than that. It's like, okay, I saved enough money to take this trip around the world. I have a certain budget. I'm going to stay on my budget. This is a good, I wanted to leave on Tuesday, but the flight is $500 less on Wednesday. I'm going to leave on Wednesday and save that money. There's like that energy going on, right? I'm only going to take things that I need for the journey. I'm not going to take all this excess stuff that I don't need. That energy, it's practical, it's hopeful, and it's full of like gratitude and comfort, but it's not unrealistic. It's not kind of crazy. It's not, got me? Okay, so yeah, I understand. I understand about, heading to a place to fill your soul, because that's what this place is for me. Oh, yes, please thumbs up. Please like, subscribe, share, blah, blah, blah. All right. So this place that I'm in is only until I think the 4th, maybe the 5th. And then the month runs out. Now, it's not inexpensive here. It's nice, and there are a lot of places that are a lot more expensive. Hi, Hilda. Anyway, I found an apartment, and we are in process. I have not signed, but it's really, really lovely. It is very, very close to downtown. I could walk, and I like downtown the most. And I can walk into downtown within 15 or 20 minutes. It is half a block from the train. I'm in Mexico City. Are you asking me, or are you asking Jolene? Okay. And it's the apartment itself is a little bit on the small side. It's like about 500 square feet, maybe 550, 2-bedroom. It's brand new walls, new everything. New walls, new floors, new kitchen, new everything, new bathroom. And then above it, there's a private roof garden. That's 500 square feet. There's a private roof garden that is 500 square feet with a 360 view of the city, the buildings, the mountains, the volcanoes, the sky. Hi, Teresa. Okay. So, if it works out, and honestly, I would love to be there. But the thing is, if it works out, it works out. If it doesn't, it doesn't. So I offered the landlord to pay the entire year, because in Mexico City, to order to rent an apartment, you need a fiador. A fiador is like a guarantor who owns an apartment here, which is like, let's say there are poor people and they don't know anyone who owns an apartment. It's a little crazy. In any case, I could have asked a friend of mine who's a Mexican citizen to do it. But the thing is like, if I don't pay the rent, then they're responsible. It's a lot to ask. It's one thing to ask your friend. It's like, oh, can you lend me $200? It's another thing to say, oh, will you sign on the dotted line that you have to pay this much a month till the end of the year if this one, stops paying. It's a lot. So I didn't want to ask. So, KSOMG. I know, I do really want it. It is like a dream. You know what? This is what happened. This is really what happened. I went there, and I walked by the place the day before, and the neighborhood is a little ugly. It's a little run down. It's a poor neighborhood. Okay. I knew that already. But I walked by and I kind of talked myself out of it, right? And then I went and saw the place, and they had a realtor, and I go, and the apartment itself, I mean, it was nice because it was new, right? Small, but okay, I can manage. How much space do you need, really? And the walls are all new, and they're earthquake proof, supposedly. And then you go upstairs, and it's like, holy moly! This is not a terrace. This is not a balcony. This is a terrace, but it's not a balcony that overlooks the traffic. It's the back of the building, and all the buildings in the neighborhood are short. So I can literally see the entire city. I can see the entire city, and it's 538 square feet. So it's really like 2 apartments in one, because the weather is always like, even in January here, it gets up to 70. So during the day, so I can have my art studio on the roof. Plus a place that, like, it's a living room, art studio / I don't know, whatever else I want to make it. So we're in process, and they need me to do this and do that and la 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 la. But I think the landlord really wants me because I'm paying a year. But that being said, I need to like raise a lot of money, kid. It's like I need to buy a refrigerator. I need to buy a washer. I need to buy a kitchen table. I need to buy uh, mattresses. I need to buy a couch. I need to buy, you know, got me? Like there's a whole to do. Because it's like, what am I going to take in New York for my dishes? I mean, maybe, but I don't think so. Dishes, I mean, how are they going to? I mean, I'll take like the metal stuff, maybe. I might just go back to New York and just dump everything, to tell you the truth. But I want to go back pretty soon so that I can empty that thing because it's cost me 150 a month for stuff I don't really want. I mean, I need my old microphone and my clothing and a few other things, some books. That's about it. Yes, yes. Honestly, a friend of mine, Barb, with the second hand, take it slow. I know, but there are certain things I need a mattress and I need a table so I could do videos, right, and a refrigerator. So anyway, a friend of mine that I used to stay with is a host, and he buys and sells art. But he has a friend, so he goes to all the antique markets. I've gone with him before. It's great actually. The antique stuff is fabulous here, vintage, whatever you want to call it. But a friend of his is a furniture dealer. So it's like, yeah, I'm down with that. But I need a new refrigerator and I need new mattresses. You know, everything else, like I'm down with. Yes. And so I was at Sears yesterday, Hilda. Sears is right in downtown because my friend bought a sofa bed and I helped him. We put it on the top of a cab. Don't ask. And it was very Mexico, very very Mexico City. It's like, oh yeah, I'll manage. And we're like, riding on the cab, holding on to it. That's how we didn't attach it to the roof. We just like put it on the roof, holding on to it. And anyway, he had it for like 2 or 3 days, and like the leg gave out. It's like you're kidding. So he went to return it. We went to the museum, and then he went to return it. And while we were there, I was like, "Oh, let's look at the mattresses." And they play this game. It's like, well, it's originally 2,000, but it's 50% off, so it's at that. It's like, please, everybody knows that game, right? Like I can make my scarves 600 and then slash them down to 300. It's like, no, they were 300 to begin with. So anyway, yeah, I know that there are less expensive options out there, and I'm open to them. But I wanted to I'm trying to make the weekly for the 9th now because I'm only here for another 2 days, and then I don't know if that place is yes or no. La la la. But I'm done with this place for 2 days because it's like, yeah, oh well, extend your stay. It's like it's too expensive. I'll find like the smallest, cheapest place I can find until the other place is ready. Because I need to set up the internet. I need to get a refrigerator in there. I need a mattress. And it takes a little while. So I might get another place that I share with somebody or whatever, and just consolidate to be reborn. Anyway, that I hope I get it too. I know I'll find a way. I have, it's interesting too. So, like, I'm changing my whole life, completely and utterly. And I got the temporary residency right for 4 years, and there's nothing left for me in New York. It's not like I have anywhere to go. I mean, I have my friends there, but I talk to them all the time anyway, and they can come and visit, and maybe I can go visit them. La la la. But 20% of me is like nervous. 20% of me is like, oh, am I overextending? Oh. And then 80% of me is like, this is the adventure of your life. And you have always managed, and you have always thrived. And it's time to truly thrive. Like when I saw this size of this space upstairs, and I knew I was the first one to see it, and they had 3 other people coming. I was like, someone's going to take this. This is too special. Yeah, the neighborhood is a little, but it's right. It's like a half a block from the train, right? I can walk to downtown in 15 minutes. And then it's across the street is a Mercado, which is like a neighborhood thing. There must be 600 vendors here. They sell fruit, and they sell fish, and and everything's really cheap. And they sell like, I don't know, crap for the house, brooms and stuff to cook with, and plants and candles and, whatever you can think of, basically. And I like to support small businesses, honestly. And it gives me a way to like interact with people and practice Spanish. And, I love it. I'm totally into it. It's like living in a small town. Like every neighborhood has, it's like really truly living in. That's where I get my fruit, and that's where I get my chicken, and la la la. How you doing, chicken man? Like that. So yeah. So you know what? When I saw the size of the space, it's like, how the hell am I going to fill this place? Like the space was so big, and it was like, I can step into this. I can step into this. It's time. It's time to step into this. And I've always had this fantasy of having a garden. Always. I've had a fantasy of I had a garden in my apartment, sort of in New York, But to be able to go outside every day, and you can do that here. You can do that here. You can go outside every day. So even here, every morning when I wake up, I go and get my iced coffee in the refrigerator. That was from the night before. I light my cigarette, honey. Yeah, well, anyway, I've been smoking for 40 years. I light my cigarette and I take in the sun. I take in the blessing of the earth every day. Every day. And to be able to do that private, because you see some of these apartments, it's like communal roof garden. And look, there's always someone in the building you're like, if I never see you again, it'll be too soon. And they're going to be up at the roof garden when you want to go up. This is private. I go up when I want to go up. I invite who I want to invite in. It's the nine. It's the nine of pentacles. It's the nine of pentacles. The entrepreneur who's living in her lovely garden. That's what it is. It's really, who's living in her lovely garden in a state of gratitude and watching things grow and thriving. And then when she decides she wants to join the rest of the world, then she does. And she decides she wants to invite somebody to her lovely garden, then she does. I know. Hilda, and also because it's, it has that temperate, it's not like California because it has a rainy season and a dry season. So like now the dry season's going to start. So basically from like say November through March, like doesn't rain a drop, like not a drop. But then, after that it rains every day. So, but you get succulents that don't really have to that don't need that much care. And it's like, you don't have to water them or like once a month. And there's room on the roof for like a washer dryer. And it's beyond my wildest dreams, honestly. It's really beyond my wildest dreams. That's what it is. And it's like, it's time to step into that. And it also, and the thing is that I've really, really, and then I'll get to reading, so I'll stop talking about myself. Yes, that's a good idea, Hilda. Thank you so much, Tiba. I don't even know what I was saying. It's a dream come true. It's a dream come true. And I would put the art studio up there and get to work outside every day. It gets a little bit cool here in the winter, but it goes up to 70 every day, 72. At night, like in the winter, it'll go down to a low, say, like the lowest I think it'll ever go overnight, 4 in the morning or whatever, 6 in the morning is like 45. Like there's no heat, no air conditioning here because this time of year, it's like 60 at night, 50 at night. It's like, great. And yesterday it got a little warm in the afternoon, but it never gets hot. It's like almost hot, but it's never really hot here. Really interesting. Room to dance, exactly. Hi, Lori. All right. So now that we have time and it's the new moon, and I don't even know what the message was. It was a lovely message. It was a message about practicality, actually, but following your dreams. I can do some, you can ask one question, put it in caps so that I can see, because otherwise I have to find my glasses. I have no idea where they are. And I could do some. You're right, Hilda. Hi, Ariel. Yeah, and that's the thing. What I decided is like if I didn't get this, it wasn't in my best interest. Like she's protecting me or they're protecting me, and it's like okay. I mean, I'm putting my action and effort toward it, but if it doesn't happen, it doesn't happen. Then there's something else will happen. I don't have that much put up into an expectation. It's like, wow, this is my everything. Like I've done that before, and I know I've become wise enough through experience, let's just put it that way, to say, this is not my everything. If it's yes, it's yes, it's great. But if it's not, it's not. Bueno, it'll all work out. It'll all work out. So, thank you, Hilda. Okay, kids. Now, since we have time, because I'll stay on for an hour, because I have to start doing the ones for the 9th, because I don't know what my internet situation is going to be. Because, like, let's say everything goes through and I get this place on the 4th or the 5th, I still have to set up the internet. I still need like a table, right? It doesn't just, right? Okay, Barb. What message do my guides, angels, or parents? That's interesting. Sometimes I could do that. I did that with my mother recently. Do what you love. Do what you love. This is the entrepreneur. Not entrepreneur. This is the mentor and the mentee. This is the apprentice. And he's learning and doing and getting creative as he's doing it. That's when the messages come. He's whistling while he works. It's really important to have, even if it's not your job, to have something physically that you do that you love to do. It could be the garden. It could be cooking. It could be cleaning the house. It could be, but it's something physical that you love to do, because that's where it is. The bliss is in the doing. The bliss is in the doing. And then I get the 4. So you can contact them on your own if you sit and be still. If you sit and be still, you can contact them on your own, and maybe they're going to come through in the middle. Because when you're doing something routinely and you're just into it, it's like that's when stuff starts to flow. It's when you get into a cycle of doing something, that's when energy, because you're so relaxed, new stuff can float in. So I used to swim, right? So when I was swimming, after about, say, 15 laps or whatever, I would start to get ideas or it's like a walking meditation. It's like that. That's where it comes. Like you're really relaxed cooking and you know what you're doing. And then, an idea comes, or it's like, add some onion. I'm always about adding onion. Add some onion, add some onion. Try this spice, a little bit like that. But it's in the action. It's in the action. Okay. Okay. That was for Barb. Do you do health? Like health readings, is that what you mean? Mm. I don't. I'm not a doctor. Um, thank you, thank you, Ariel. I'm not a doctor, so sometimes in the middle of a reading, if some health cards come up, or I'm feeling, or I hear something about health, then but it's not my shtick, let's say. I hope that was helpful, Barb. All right. Girl, Jolene, and that's a lot to ask, girl. The rest of your life, I'm happy to be in something really nice with somebody for like 2 weeks or a month or 6 months. Rest of your life, it's a lot. We change. So, Barb, what it really is really, it's really like not looking for like a message. It's almost like allowing the message as you're relaxed. It's like I'm relaxed, I'm doing something I do all the time, I enjoy doing it. It's painting, it's working in the garden, whatever, it's taking a long walk, walking the dog, could be walking the dog. And it's like it's in the middle of the other thoughts that it sort of like creeps in and comforts and gives you ideas and gives you nurturing. It's like that. It's almost like allowing it to be part of everyday life. It's like that. It's like allowing it to be part of everyday life. Like I get a lot of messages in the shower. I don't know, maybe it's the sound of the running water or something, but I get a lot of understanding and messages in the shower because it's monotonous in a way. It's I know what's going to happen. The water's going to come down. I'm going to get wet. You know what I mean? Like what's going to happen in the shower? And it's like I wash away old things, and then new stuff comes always. And we all have those little spaces in our lives. Maybe it's putting on your shoes in the morning. I don't know, but it's a different thing for everyone, right? It's when you go to the garage and then you open the door and maybe the door doesn't work so well. It's a little bit like that. There's something like matter of fact. You don't have to be sorry for being late. I'm grateful you're here. Okay, now I'm going to read you, Jolene. Jolene. Well, Jolene, I get freaking fantastic cards, actually. Like freaking fantastic. I got like the emotional fulfillment, the whole enchilada. I get the whole enchilada, but the promise being fulfilled. Okay. Timing is always weird. You never know with timing. I get the King of Wands. King of Wands is a fascinating guy. The King of Wands. My understanding of the King of Wands really, I have to say, in all fairness, really stems, and Whimsy has this really amazing understanding of the King of Wands. And when I've started, when I've seen her in the past, I hardly watch anyone anymore. I'm too busy. But when I've seen her in the past and she started talking, and it was like ding, 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 I was like, oh my God, she's so on the money on this. She's so on the money on this. The King of Wands is Judah. Judah was the fourth son of Abraham, Yitzchak, of Isaac. No, of Jacob, right? So there were 12 sons, right? So Reuben was the firstborn, and then it was Levi, and then it was Simon, and then it was Judah. So they're all jealous of Joseph, and they want to kill him because they're jealous, right? Because Joseph gets all this, and he's the 12th one. It's like, really? They're a little over it. I get it. And so they want to kill him. And Judah says, you know what? Let's put him in a pit because maybe he can live. Like let's give him a shot at least. So what happens is, Judah's the fourth son. The fourth son out of 12 really doesn't have any power, doesn't really have any power. But because he did that and because everybody listened to him, all of a sudden he takes on leadership. He takes on responsibility. There's an energy in the King of Wands that takes full and utter and complete responsibility for his passion, for his creativity, for his actions. He owns up when things are wrong. He delights when things are right. But if he did it wrong, he'll own up and say, you know what? I messed up. I know we wanted to take the company in this direction. I tried my best. We took the action. It didn't work. I'm really sorry, but we're going to get back to the drawing board. I take full responsibility. It's on me. He doesn't pass the buck. He doesn't pass the buck. He's a man's man in a way, right? Doesn't pass the buck. He's like, I messed up, but I'll fix it. Not like, oh, well, it's this one's fault and it's because of the weather. And, he doesn't play that at all. That's the fascinating thing about Judah. Fascinating. Because there are other stories about Judah later on in the Bible. And he's always owning up. He does things wrong kind of a lot, but he always owns up to it. And then I get the star. So the star is like, I don't know, the most benefic in the whole deck. And this is about a new direction. This is about hope. This is about being open to opportunities. This is about blessings from above. This is, I don't even know this is about balance. Timing, I don't get. The only thing I can figure out with timing, because, this is weird. It's like, is it the day? Is it the night? Is it the middle of the afternoon? The stars are shining, but it's bright. It's kind of weird. So it's like timing on that. It's so spiritual. It's like there is no time. And then this, it looks like spring or summer, right? It's fertile. And, wands are the spring, beginning of growth. So I hope that was helpful. But this is a guy who's a stand-up guy. He's a stand-up guy. So if you meet someone who's not a stand-up guy, that ain't the one. It's a stand-up guy. A man at his word is worth $1 billion. All right. What do you mean you're not getting any younger? We're all getting younger. We're all getting younger. That's what happens when you wipe. See, not if you're a subscriber, but if you remember, you get younger and younger as time goes on. It's a miracle. It's a miracle. All right. I have let's do questions, kids, because I have another 12 minutes, give or take. Okay. Yes, hopefully we do get wiser. Yeah. Hopefully we do get wiser. All right, kids, talk to me. A card. Okay. Do you have a question, Hilda, or just a card? Expand. Two is choices. So this is a really interesting card. I say that about all of them, but some of them are, like I relate more to or I have more to say about. So if you look at it, first of all, it's a bright day. Nice. Now, this is the past. Now, the past is something that was fertile and grew, and it was fine. It was good, but there was a limitation to it. You see how it's attached over here? So this is like, I had something that grew, but it could only grow so far. It could only do what it needed to do. Like it could only grow so far. It was sort of planted. It was sort of, right? And now there's this opportunity to expand, to look forward, to to have a bigger picture in mind. He's got the world in his hand, and it's like, what if it were bigger, right? And all of a sudden, here it is in front of him, and now this thing that he can plant, this staff, it can be a new plant. It could be the foundation for a house. It could be a baton if you want to become a cheerleader. It could be kindling for a fire. It could be a lot of things. It's like open, open. That's the choice. The choice is, well, I do what's safe and what I know works, which was fine. And I'm not saying it's a bad choice, but I'm saying this is more adventurous, more exciting, more there's more opportunity. The other thing about this card, interestingly, I don't have my glasses, but there are roses. There are roses. Roses are the symbol of love. Roses are the symbol of Venus. Roses are the symbol of purity, of passion, and it's like, I think I'm going to base this new direction on love. I think I'm going to base it on passion. I think I'm going to base it on purity. A lot going on. And I'm not saying that the old choice is a bad choice. It's not. It grew. This can grow further. And there's like this opportunity abounds. It's lovely, lovely. Like for one card, you got a good one. Okay. This is Lyasha. Did I say it right? I hope so. Oh, I'm so happy for you, Ariel. I'm so happy for you. Okay, I'm going to do Lyasha. Girl, I got good cards. I got abundance. I got abundance and nourishment. You're manifesting your desires. You have all the tools you need. But I'm also feeling like if you need to move the tools around or use a different tool, then that's what you should do, okay? Because your intuition comes into play. So in order for this to continue, you might have to work at it and manipulate things in a way, because he's a manipulator, but follow your intuition with it. Follow your gut. How's that? That was as clear as day, and those are really good cards, really good. Okay, I'm going to throw one for Ariel. And happy birthday to your mother. I'm getting there. I'm so glad you started that class. Lisha. Okay. Okay, this is first I'm going to do Ariel, and then I'm going to do, I can't pronounce, BRSJB. I mean, really. Is it Barbara, Ramona, Simone, Joanne, Betty? You know how when you have to talk to somebody on the phone, I go, no, X, like in Ray. All right, this is for Ariel. Ariel, I got the same card. Okay, so you already understand that energy, but I mean, maybe I needed to shuffle a little bit better. The gift is there. The gift is there. Accept it. The gift is there. Accept it. Because it's toward emotional stability. The gift is there. Accept it. I'm so happy for you for the Tai Chi. I can't even begin to tell you. Hi, Joji. It just happened, exactly. That's the way the world is, isn't it? It just happens. And I have to tell you all that whether I do get this apartment I talked about early in the video or if I didn't, the fact that I'm here in Mexico and that I have my temporary residency, um, and I was walking in the Zocalo last night with my friend, and the Zocalo is like the town square. Well, the town square, it's enormous. It's like a football field or something, bigger, much bigger. And I remember going out. There was an eclipse, I think, in 2020 before COVID, right? Yeah. And there was an eclipse, and I went out to the Zocalo and looked at it, and my energy was like, I want to be here, and here I am. Okay, this is for the birthday. This is for the birthday, and don't be offended. Be, you know. Mm. She's lived a really wonderful life, actually. She's lived a really blessed life. Because I have the lovers. I have the lovers. She's lived a really blessed life. And interestingly, I think as she's gotten older, it feels like there's something like it's like I'm getting like she doesn't take on anyone else's crap. She doesn't take on anyone else's crap because she avoids conflict. She's just not interested in that kind of stuff. She's deeply intuitive. She doesn't take on like other people's stuff. She's got really healthy boundaries with stuff like that. Yeah. And she's not afraid of letting she's not afraid of changing her mind, of letting go of something, of moving into a new place. She's had a really, really, I have two angels here. She's had a blessed life. She's had a really, really blessed life. Yeah, that's what I'm really feeling. She has a really nice energy. I like her energy. She's had a blessed life. That's what I keep on getting. She's had a blessed life, and she knows it. She knows it. Hilda, Mexicans are so warm and friendly and kind and humble and generous and funny. Like they're always willing to laugh. They're always willing to they know how to even though there's a lot this is a very rich, abundant place in a lot of ways. There are a lot of people who are really, really poor here, really poor, selling stuff on the street. That's all they got going on, and a lot. There's an energy of I don't know, humility, and there's a certain energy of joy, and there's a certain energy of it's going to be okay, and I'm going to figure it out. There's an energy of I've got to move forward. There's an energy of gratitude. There's not. I don't really feel like an energy of entitledness. And a lot of them have a really, really wicked sense of humor. So that's why I really want to learn Spanish, because they have a certain ironic, sort of sarcastic way of looking at things. And it's oh, we're going to get along great. We're going to get along great. Well, you can come and visit anyway. I thank you, BRSJB. They're very sharing. Yeah. The thing is, too, I'm not living in that neighborhood where all the Americans live, where it's oh, well, I'm so entitled and I need my latte. I'm not, and I only really I only speak Spanish when I have to. Hello, Gracias. I'm like, I'm interested in like becoming an honorary Mexican, speaking the language, dealing with them in their culture, in their way, and appreciating them and honoring them, and um, I'm reverent. I'm reverent of the culture. I'm reverent of the people. I'm reverent of everything. And I'm not trying to. Well, Mexico has this wrong with it. I don't do that. Yeah, I know. Name a country that doesn't have something wrong with it, or a place. And I'm just honored that they're having me, you know, and I'm going to make the best of it. And I think I already know I'm thriving here, and and I'm thrilled, and I'm thrilled. Um, and I have to tell you, I've met a few people here who have shown up for me 100,000 million percent. You know, they say they're going to do something, they do it. They're supportive, they're loving, they listen, like 100,000 million percent. So I've been really blessed in so many ways. The thing about me being here in Mexico, even though there's a part of me that's kind of isolated because I don't speak it as well as I kind of, I mean, I know my way around, I don't know my way around, blah, blah, blah. I feel loved here. I feel loved here and I feel supported here. I can't even explain it in a way that I've never felt about any other place in the entire world. Like, that's it. So, why wouldn't I want to stay here? Why wouldn't I want to stay here? Um, Thank you, Dream Journey. Um, so, yeah, I could do an Airbnb. Yeah. So, Tiba, there are a lot of vegetarian places here now. It's a whole thing. It's like a whole thing. Um, all right, I'm going. I'm going to read. I'm going to do like a little for the collective for everyone who's watching or who tunes in later, and then I gotta go because I have things to do. All right. Hmm. All right. Nice cards. Choices. Bring together the elements. Creative abundance, flow. Right. Nourishment. Joy. And the choice to plant those seeds. It's the choice to plant those seeds. The choice to be confident. The choice to. It's like if I don't have any hope and I'm not going to plant anything, well, then nothing's going to happen. But if you plant something and you nourish it, right, then it'll happen. In the garden, they're both about, all three of them about gardens. Yeah, I'm not going to throw another garden. The garden of your mind, the garden of your body, the garden of outside your house, the garden of your job, the garden of your creativity, all those gardens. The garden of your heart, right? All those gardens. We plant seeds. We know that the seeds we planted are going to grow because I nourish them creatively. I have faith. It's easy, and it's blessed by the angels. Really lovely. Really lovely. All right. See, no, it's lovely that I talk to my plants all the time. Okay. Yeah. Keep on doing it. Keep on doing it. I think tomatoes are a little bit not that easy. But you look up stuff online, you ask people who grow tomatoes, like, what do you do? And you'll figure it out. Eventually you figure it out. That's how it goes. All right. Beautiful. Good, Joji. And thank you all for being with me, and thank you all for supporting me.